to Warhammer Tabletop RPG. We're so glad you could join us. And welcome to the special episode 100.
Whoa,
Yay.
claps in the chat, claps in the chat.
Yeah, sorry we're a bit late today. I just got off of work. Okay, so we are joined as usual by Mr. George 610I.
It is I, George 69.
We are joined today by Mr. Minovi.
Hi.
And finally, we are joined by Mr. Seesaw.
Yep.
And today, because it's our 100th episode, we're just going to do something special. Your donations will count for double. So anything you donate towards the goal, if you want to donate to one of our players, I'm going to match it. So you donate $10 to a player, I will match it for them towards the goal. So right now, if any of them reaches $200 in donations, they are going to get a VTuber model, and you'll be able to see them live react to the bottom of the screen. If you donate $10, it'll count as 20 towards that goal down there. So, when we last left off, our group had helped Horus discover the secret of the Blood Angels, and in kind of a very kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Sneaky kind of way, with the help of the team, Horus was able to follow Sanguinius and see the horrors of him killing his own son due to the red thirst. And finally, we left off with our group about to leave. Okay, quickly fix tags and the description and everything really quick. And okay. So you begin to leave the planet with all of Horus's fleet, with the Blood Angels following close behind in their expeditionary fleet. When actually, before we start getting into the next scenario, is there anything you all want to do just while you're, aboard Horus's flagship? The Vengeful Spirit is what it's called, by the way. But
Repair our gear and heal our wounds, I guess.
sure, while you do that, you all can do that. You can go to the armory and also the Medicaid thing, and so you're all healed to full health. Any gear you currently have is repaired, in addition to any weapons you have is currently repaired. But really
Sweet.
Quickly,
We're all supposed to be level 18 right now, right?
yes,
Yes.
no, level 2. Holy shit! It's actually kind of funny that happened right now. Minoru, are you here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you currently just all of a sudden just like pop into existence into a place you don't recognize. There's kind of low-lying hills, and you're on a path in the middle of a field of rolling grains. It looks like there is a bunch of blood around you, and you look down and you actually see your cursed dagger in your hand. Meanwhile, at the exact same time, Seesaw and George, as your characters suddenly they had Mr. Jordy Jordan standing next to them. Now there is currently a man that is dead. He apparently has been stabbed in the head, and he is just lying on the ship decks next to you. Let me just see how everyone all around you reacts to this.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Jordan has been transformed to the dead man.
Yeah, they are currently freaking out. All the ship crew are currently freaking out that there's currently a dead man with a huge, just like gash going like down his head, laying next to you, where they didn't see that before. All right, so what do you all want to do?
Inspect the dead man.
I'm sure. Give me an inspection roll, George.
6.
Yeah, you look down. You see 6 plus half of your no, it's not plus half your level. It's an inspection roll. Yeah. The most you can tell was this man clearly died by being punctured by something. In addition, you recognize him as kind of like the phenotype of the people on the planet that you just are leaving from, that you just left the orbit of.
So I recognize that this is not Jordi Jordan.
No, this is just a standard human.
Okay.
He's
I say
dead,
to
but
everyone,
standard.
this is not Jordi Jordan. This is a random human. So Jordi Jordan did not transform into a dead man.
Damn. Poor guy.
Okay. People around you are taking that a bit better. They're still kind of panicked that a man just kind of teleported, like right where another person was. Just a dead man just kind of basically appeared and collapsed to the deck next to them. Okay. Let's see, Minovi. Anything you want to do? You're currently in the middle of a field, in the middle of a walking path.
I want to walk to my team.
Let me see. They're currently leaving orbit right now.
Can I get signal?
Yes, you're able to get a Vox patch through to the current military occupation of the planet, and they are able to basically forward your signal to a fleet in low or Earth orbit. Yep. All right. So you receive a voice, a very mechanical voice. This is Epsilon 94723 Prima Delta aboard the Vengeful Spirit. What is the nature of your inquiry?
I was under like I was cursed with like a knife, and then I went to prove it was cursed. I threw it into orbit, and it appears like it hit someone, and now it's spot position, and I'm on the planet.
Let me see. 4. All right. He responds. He responds. Numeral 1, that is not an inquiry. Numeral 2, there's no such thing as curses.
Oh, GG's, you're no help. Then.
I mean, you could tell him that you were supposed to go with, like, the fleet or something like that.
He just gave up.
I want to walk down the path.
I'm sure. Yeah, so you begin walking down the path, and it's very nice and peaceful. In the rural countryside, there's not really any evidence of any of the war conflict or anything. Just to both sides of you, as far as you can see, there's just endless fields of what looks like some kind of monoculture of something that was growing. You must be in some kind of rural area. After about walking for 45 minutes, you look down into a valley and you can see kind of I didn't make a map for this, but you kind of see it's kind of like a quaint little village of, like a bunch of wooden houses built
Ooh.
into hills and things like that.
The wholesome ending. Jordi Jordan retired and stayed there for the rest of his life.
Wow.
All right, so what do you want to do? You want to keep walking down into the village?
I want to walk either way.
Sure. So you walk down into the village. You notice that the people are somewhat kind of morose, but going about their daily lives. They let me see. Give me a perception check.
17.
So yeah, as you look around, you can find you see some of the Astra Militarum left behind as a garrison to bring the world into compliance from the Imperium of Man. You see two Canadian Guard regiments, not whole regiments, two from a Canadian Guard regiment, just kind of like standing on a corner of like the town square, just like watching all the people.
Stalkers.
I just want to walk through the village. I don't want to interact with any of these people. I want nothing
Sure.
to do with them.
Sure. Let me see. I make Alright, we're gonna have to keep using our magic. Okay. So yeah, you walk through the village down the dirt road, and you enter into kind of like a pine forest. It's just pine trees almost twice the width of your twice as big as your arm span, growing up around you, growing up to kind of dizzying heights, and you gradually notice that the elevation slowly climbing on average. All right, and while this is all going on, George, Seesaw, either of you want to do anything?
No.
No, you.
Yes.
Okay, George, what do you want to do?
I wanna re-inspect the body, and I wanna see if he's actually cold or not, so I know if he died right now or not.
Yep, sure. All right, give me a d20.
4.
You can't get really an accurate cause of death, but just by, touching him, you can see that he is still warm and the blood is still spurting out of him, just kind of slowly not spurting's the wrong word. It's still somewhat leaking out of him. It hasn't begun to coagulate yet.
Interesting. Uh-huh. Okay, and then I will run into the command room and tell them to stop because we lost Jordan.
Yeah, all right, so Horace turns around, he says, "What do you mean we lost Jordan? Where'd he go?"
I say he teleported and exchanged places with some guy that he probably hit with his knife.
Well, if he knew where he was, he wouldn't be lost, right?
Okay, hold on. See. Okay, yeah. All right. First does a pretty good intuition roll. He contacts his Vox officer, and he says, "Epsilon Primus, have we had any pings from any kind of Vox traffic from Mr. Jordy Jordan?" And Epsilon Primus responds, "Affirmative." And he says, "Well, what did he say?" He says, "Mr. Jordan was babbling about some nonsense about curses and did not give inquiries." He says, yeah, Horse would be intelligent enough. He says, "All right, can we get a triangulation of where that Vox signal came from?" And the Vox officer types in some things onto his keyboard and inserts some mechadendrites. And he eventually comes back with a chime, and he says, He says Vox triangulation indicates behind us on the planet. Right.
Okay, okay.
You're so lucky that didn't land on 2. I was gonna have him be like, well, do we really need Mr. Jordy Jordan? But no, he cares. Okay. He says, very well, we can go back and get him. Send a Thunderhawk down and you both retrieve him. Engine officer, shut down engines, hold the fleet stationary until we make one final accommodation. The engines officer gives a salute and says, "Aye, sir," and shuts down the engines as the ships come to a gradual halt. Alright, so Seesaw and George, you want to go down into the Thunderhawk and try to find Mr. Jordy Jordan?
Yes.
I guess we have to.
Sure, alright, so you get in the Thunderhawk. Alright. Which one of you has the highest tech check skill? It's a D20 plus half of your intelligence, so.
We don't have an intelligence.
Yeah, I know, but you're gonna have to do a tech check if you want to try to triangulate where his Vox signal is coming from.
Okay, but so that's
Yeah,
a
but-
D20 plus what?
Plus half your
Yeah.
intelligence.
We don't
Well,
have
we don't
intelligence.
have
No.
No.
I'm pretty sure you do. An intelligence score is. You see, intelligence score.
We're stupid, boss. Oonga boonga.
Unless it's part of Psi.
This is the problem with not having intelligence. You don't
Yeah.
know that you had intelligence.
No, it says right here in the rules on the very first page. Your intelligence score is equal to your your current psi score. So
Oh, okay. I have 55. How much do you have?
65.
Okay, you did.
65. Okay. All right. Can Mr. Agersan give me a tech check really quick?
Is that just a D20 plus?
D20 plus half of your current psi.
12 plus 32.5.
Plus 33. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to understand the radar well enough. It appears Mr. Jordan hasn't turned off his Vox signal, so it appears to be just continuously broadcasting. So yeah, you can get kind of a triangulation ping on the planet. So while they are doing that, Minovi, anything you want to do? You're currently walking through a very large pine forest.
I want to keep walking up. I want to explore.
Oh, okay. That's some bad luck. Minovi, can you give me a D20 roll?
GG.
Give me a perception check.
3.
Let me see. You're currently level 18. Yeah. So 3 plus 9 then. Yeah, alright, they succeed. Yeah, so you are walking through this pine forest, and suddenly
No.
okay, I can't believe it. Okay.
Unbelievable.
7 or so.
He got attacked by a pine tree.
Okay. You suddenly feel just kind of like a big whump in your lower back, and you quickly turn around and see some hooded looking ruffians. They hit you in the back for 16 total damage with a very big looking club. Can you give me an initiative really quick? Do one for them too. 12. 12 and 6.
One.
You really got a 1? Alright, it's 1 plus half your charisma, so what is it? Like 2?
7.
7? Okay.
Wait. You should surrender and give them the knife.
Okay, so yeah, you get struck by a club in your kind of like lower back area for 16 damage, and you hear the young ruffians behind you say,
Oi.
"Oi!" Yeah, I was gonna do that. I was gonna say, "Oi, give us all your valuables. You're in our neck of the woods."
You need more North FC vibes, you know.
Oi.
Okay.
What's all this then?
All right, Minobi, do you want to
Oi.
respond?
You got a license for being here?
I want to say no. I will not give you my valuables.
Okay, so let me see. Um, he is still just like right behind you, and that is the end of his turn. So Minovi, it is currently your turn. So what do you want to do?
I want to use my combat shotgun.
Sure. You said you're using your combat what?
Shotgun.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, they're
It's
both
real,
in
right?
melee range. Yeah. So there's
Yeah,
two
yeah,
ruffians.
sure.
There's two ruffians behind you. I don't have names for them. I just have ruffian 1 and 2. So which do you want to try to shoot at? Ruffian number 1 is the one that hit you.
The one that hit me.
Sure. All right. Give me
Fuck
a
'em up.
d20 rolls. Let's see if you hit.
Is this real? Does the shotgun use strength? Is it 2d12 plus
Yeah.
strength?
Yeah, that's literally how it's designed. How it works in the Necromunda thing is they literally slam the shotgun into them, and the impact causes the the rounds inside to fire off. That's why it's a melee ranged weapon.
Okay, so that'll be double my strength. So 2d12 plus.
Now, do you need me to spawn d12s for you?
No, yeah, it's 12. Yeah, 2d12.
Yeah.
2d12 plus 17.
Okay, I spawned 2d12s for you.
70, 80, 91. 91 damage.
Okay. Oh, wait, I forgot. Oh, that was the damage roll, but we can use that. Do your roll to see if you hit first, so.
Right, yeah.
8 plus half your level. Yep, that's a hit. And roll for location.
3. Let's go.
Yeah, he's not wearing any real armor on his head. Like you said, he's just kind of wearing like a cloth hood to conceal his identity. You shove this combat shotgun right into his face, and it absolutely just blows him apart in kind of a 1-2 combo. Like, the impact already probably killed him by shoving the barrel halfway through his brain. The the shot afterwards absolutely blows his head off. He's currently unconscious and lying on the ground right now. So, let me see. You still have a movement and a free action. The other ruffian is kind of standing right next to you as well. You still have a movement and a free action. Anything you want to do?
I want to intimidate him to run away.
Sure, give me an intimidation roll.
18.
18 plus half of charisma, and because you're an ogre, and your total strength.
18 plus 7 plus. Wait, double my strength?
No, it's usually half strength, but because you're an ogre and it's double
Alright,
half your strength, so it's
okay,
just your strength.
Okay, yeah, okay. So 18 plus 7 plus 36.
Yeah. I don't think he'll be able to get higher. They're only low level goons. 12. Yeah, he only gets a 14 in total. Yeah, he is absolutely terrified and begins running away, and he says, "You haven't heard the lost of the Piney brothers. We're gonna come back and the boss is gonna get you good." And he runs off into the pine forest farther than you can see. I mean, unless you could try to chase him, he just runs out of your line of sight right now. Let's see. That'll be the end of his turn. Ruffian one, let's see if he dies. $15 plus 15. 16 plus half of his constitution, max 8. Yes, he is quite dead. He has stopped gurgling and twitching and is currently laying on the woods floor next to you. All right. We can come back to you. Just George and Seesaw. All right. So you triangulated Mr. Jordan's position, and it is currently on the northern hemisphere of the planet, about 45 degrees north by 55 degrees west.
Okay. Can we have someone pick him up?
Well, that's currently you. It's both you and Mr.
Yeah, but
Corvinus in
we're
the
not-
Thunderhawk.
What, would they just give us a ship?
Yeah, they told you to get in a Thunderhawk and go pick him up.
I'm not Thunderhawk certified.
I'm not licensed for this. The Bulbies are coming for me.
Okay.
I don't think you really need to do that high of a tech check in order to fly a Thunderhawk. It's basically, it's basically
we
a
just
steering
fly-
wheel and pedals. But anyways,
Yeah, just fly the ship, bro.
yeah. Do you want to do another tech check, since I think George has lower int score than you?
Yeah, he's retarded. I get it. I'll roll. 13
13 plus half of your current psi.
plus 32 and a half.
Yeah, you're able to remember your piloting skills from your schools at the Astra Militarum Academy. So,
Damn, that's crazy.
yep. So you're able to fly down the ship, and you come over a very expansive looking forest. The trees, you estimate, must be like 60, all minimum 60 feet tall and wider than the ship in total. And you fly down towards the approximate area where the signal is coming from. He is at least within, I would say, half a mile of you in this general area. Okay, so you
Yes. Let's
land the
see,
Thunderhawk. You land the Thunderhawk
no,
in
no,
the.
no,
No, you don't want to
no.
land. Okay, what do you want to do?
We want to use the loudspeakers and shout out, "Where are you?
Not
Where
just
are you,
box. It's
Minovi?
probably close enough.
Minovi, you bastards, can you see us?"
I mean, you can each do that
so.
if you want to. So, let me
Yeah,
see.
but why would we go down on foot? That's just stupid. I mean, probably we could probably see him, right? The space marine suit is probably good in that regards, right?
You can't really see him. Like I said, you're flying over a very dense pine forest with like 60 plus foot trees. But anyways, Minovi, give me a perception roll. See if they can hear you.
Or if he can hear us, he can just shoot into the air or
7.
something, you know?
The 7, and I did that. Yeah, after the man stops gurgling at your feet and lays quiet and still, you can just hear the sound of, just general wildlife going about their business. You can hear what you estimate would probably be birds tweeting overhead, but in the distance to kind of your kind of back and to the left, you hear just kind of a person yelling over a loudspeaker. And what do you want to yell over the loudspeaker?
Make the signal. If you can hear us, make a sign, you know. Shoot your fucking rockets into there or something.
I don't think he has any.
Guns?
All right,
Bullets?
all right, yeah. So
Big
Minovi,
noise.
you hear that off in the distance. Anything you want to do?
I wanna ping on the Vox. I wanna
Sure.
press the
Put
ping
your-
button.
Put your hands in the air and wave them around like you just don't care.
Okay, so who are you trying to vox?
I just wanna press the ping button. I just wanna ping.
Just open a general comms channel. Yeah, the ship should be able to detect that. Yeah. So a bright yellow light appears on the console next to a series of buttons.
At everyone. Help.
Yeah. Help me, please. Okay, so yeah,
I'm pying down. I'm pying down.
it looks like someone near you is sending out a general vox hail. Do you want to pick up?
Yes.
I pick up the phone.
All right, so yeah,
You said
George, you turn on the vox signal. All right, so what do you want to say?
I say, hello, who is this?
Who's this?
You called me.
I asked first, who is this?
I'm not telling you anything until you tell me who you are. Who are you?
I am Corvinus.
Nice to meet you, Corvinus. I'm Geordie George.
Oh, perfect. Just the one we're looking for. Where the fuck are you?
Okay, you can keep talking. Just give me 1 second. Hold on.
In some trees right now.
Well, where exactly are you?
Ninja, I don't know the coordinates. You tell me.
Yeah, this is cool.
Try to knock down some trees or something so we can see where you are.
I shoot my mining laser into the air.
Hello, it's Cole.
Do we see? Do we see? I think we should roll a perception to see it.
Yeah.
9. Roll 1 to Sisu. No, he's not. Sisu.
Yo.
Sorry, I had a wrong number. All right, so what did you say to each other?
We said to do a signal and he shot the mining laser in the air and I rolled the D20 to see if I can see it.
Sure, and
I got
all
a 9.
right, what was your result? All right, 9 plus. Yeah, you don't so much see the laser. However, after a few seconds, you notice kind of like a gradual little like trail of smoke going up where the laser hit the branches and ignited them, and it's just kind of like to ahead of you and to the right like a little bit, like I said, about maybe a half mile or so.
Can you please
Yeah,
put
yeah.
that fire out when you get here? Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll head in that direction.
Sure. So you fly, you fly over there, and you look down, and you can see some branches of the trees burning like beneath you. So what do you want to do?
Land.
Put the fire out.
No, that's not important.
Can
Okay.
we even land?
I mean, you're over a big pine forest. There's not really any clearings that close to you. So what do you want to do?
Make some. We can just shoot
Make
some.
some.
I harpoon onto the ship.
Oh yeah,
We'll
can.
just use
You
some
said they're
rockets.
over
you know,
60
throw
feet?
them down.
Wait, George, what did you say? You have a rope over 60 feet?
I have one rope that is 60 and another that is 26.
I mean, yeah, you could tie the ropes together, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna tie the ropes and lower it down.
It's gonna snap. This is what I do.
gonna snap. Jordy Jordan falls over 60 feet to his death. Okay, so yeah, you're able to successfully tie the ropes and lower it down into the pine forest. Are you like lowering it like directly into where you're seeing the smoke, or are you like just slightly off to like the side?
No, I don't want it to burn.
Okay, so you're like off the other side of like the ship, so
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, you lower it down. Let me see. Minovi, give me a quick perception check.
9.
Yeah, you see the rope kind of fall through the trees and land down with about maybe 5 or 10 feet to spare, landing on the floor of the forest.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to climb up the rope successfully.
Sure, give me an agility check really quick, just a d20.
6.
Yeah, you're kind of climbing up the rope. However, various tree branches kind of near you are burning, and the smoke is making it kind of hard for you to maintain your breath climbing this very tall rope. You're kind of like coughing on the burning trees. The forest fire is kind of getting a bit unwieldy at the moment. I would say maybe about like 10 or so trees are currently on fire. Not around you, but on one side of you.
Put it out. Put it out.
I don't know, think we can.
You
That's why
can.
no
You've got a glaive. You've got a glaive.
Is there even water here?
I'm sure there's
Give
water
me
in the ship.
give me a perception check.
I'm sure there's a bottle of water somewhere. Yeah,
A
sure.
bottle of water.
8.
A bottle of water.
Hello.
Okay. No, all you see are the tops of the pine trees and the smoke. You can't really see any bodies of water near you. Okay, so Minovi, you were
Can I
about.
start pulling the rope up?
I mean, yeah, you absolutely could do that. Sure.
Yay. Nice too.
Minovi, you're gonna have to give me another agility check. So George, he just suddenly decides.
I rolled a 3.
Okay, so here's what happens. George decides that Mr. Jordy Jordan, Mr. Corvinus decides that Mr. Jordy Jordan is taking too long. So he suddenly grabs the rope and begins hauling it end over end up. Mr. Jordy Jordan down below was not really expecting this, and he gets lurched upwards and smashes his head on one of the tree branches. Minovi, can you give me a d20 for damage to your head?
19.
Yeah, you take 19 damage to the armor on your head as your helmet hits the tree branch with the loud clunk.
Damn.
Can I roll a perception to see if I see that?
Sure, give me a d20.
4.
You do not. You continue to pull up on the rope. Minovi, is there anything else you want to do, or do you want to just like keep climbing? And also, you're gonna have to give me another agility check.
I want to keep climbing.
Okay.
I rolled 7.
Yeah. Now that you're expecting the rope to be moving while you're grasping it, you're able to kind of swing out of the range of another tree branch as you climb. And you finally crest over the top of the trees. You can now see each other as Mr. George pulls you up as you climb. Yeah, the wildfire beneath you is kind of spread. I would say it's probably about 15 trees now are currently on fire and burning all beneath you. Okay, and you get up and you crawl into the Thunderhawk. Alright, is there anything else you all want to do?
I want to vox the authorities and tell them to steal this forest via ASA.
Sure. You open up a general Vox channel and you hail the local garrison. Let's see. Wow. They are super receptive. All right, so you open up a general vox to the garrison on the planet, and you report a force fire currently breaking out at your location. They're super helpful and understanding, and after pinging your location, he says very well, right away. The Mechanicum have been notified, and they shall send dump teams right away to put out the forest fire.
Thank you.
All
Okay.
in a day's
That's so
work.
cool.
Okay, so you want to fly back to the Vengeful Spirit now?
Yes.
Yep, and also remember, Novi, you currently have your cursed knife back in your inventory. So yep, you fly back to the Vengeful Spirit, and you are met by Mournival Officer Sir Janus, and he says, "All right, is anyone else going to go missing? Is anyone else lost at the moment?" He says, kind of in a joking manner.
Yes, we are missing cousin Thomanator and cousin Mavericks.
They've been long. They've been dead
Let's
for
see.
years, my dude. Just get over it. You can't keep living in the past.
He recalls your record logs, and he says, "Oh, I believe they are aboard your ship that's currently in docking bay," and he brings up a Auspex tablet and thumbs through all the information of the current ship, and he says they are currently in docking port number 73-Y on the red sector.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, okay. So are you all ready to go to the next thing?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. So as you all are flying and make a warp jump, suddenly the Vengeful Spirit gets an urgent communication from the Imperium on a channel that can only be sent from the regent of Terra himself, Malkador the Sigillite. Horus reads the encrypted astropathic communique, and he says, the battle for Urlanor has been postponed. We are to attend a council on the planet of Nikeia.
Go, the planet of IKEA.
No, Nikeia.
Whoa.
No, it's IKEA. It's the Swedish planet.
No.
Getting a new kitchen.
It Warhammer lore is not that subtle. It's spelled how you think it is. It is spelled.
Nike and IKEA.
So alright, so you go off to attend this Council of Nikeia, and you arrive on a very barren world, but there has been a stadium constructed specifically for this purpose. Finally load the next map.
Objection!
Yeah, you are gonna be basically doing this, yes.
Fuck. Where's the Ace Attorney music?
I'm currently playing one of my usual background tracks. It's called Still Loyal, but anyway, so you enter this grand looking stadium on one side you have the Blood Angels, the Luna Wolves, in addition to Jagatai Khan also sitting up there that you notice. On the other side, you notice Mortarion and Lehman Russ. Yeah, a quick D20. Yeah, that's very in character. Okay. Mortarion, although he does definitely see you, he does not wave any kind of... He doesn't make any kind of notice that he does notice you. He doesn't do any wave or anything, but Lehman Russ up in the stands lets loose a very toothy-looking grin and enthusiastically waves at you all. In addition, you also notice just next to Mortarion on the opposite side of Horus, Sanguinius, and Jagatai, you notice Fulgrim there, and while he does look down at you, you can notice a very slight nod. However, he does not wave enthusiastically at you. However, in front of you, there are two things in order to notice. However, one of them greatly outshines the other. On two columns in front of you, you behold one Primarch in manacles, and the other Primarch able to stand seemingly came of his own volition and free will. One of them, the one standing very proud and seemingly arrogant, is Magnus the Red. The other, kind of just standing somewhat slouched, not really looking at anyone or anything, staring at the ground in front of him, is Conrad Kurz.
No
However-
way, he's back.
However, what greatly takes your attention more than anything else in this room, in front of you on a very tall kind of upper amphitheater seat, is a gleaming brilliance that you can barely even contain yourselves in order to look at. Give me a resistance roll really quick to see if you're even able to do a perception check without collapsing to the ground.
11.
That's half your constitution, right?
Yes, it is half your constitution, yeah.
As a bonus.
Mhm. Alright, so
Okay.
George, your thing is 11 plus half your constitution. What is it?
21.
21? Alright.
5 plus 16.
Also 21. Okay, Minovi, can you give me a d20 roll?
That's
13 plus half your constitution.
+2.
15. Yeah, so Seesaw and George, you are able to look up and kind of squint your eyes through almost like a blinding haze of uncolored light without any flare or anything like that. It just seems to be almost like a painful kind of feeling, as if you were looking through a heat haze up at the sun. Minovi, give me a d20 roll really quick.
10.
Yeah, as you try to look up, you're unable to, and you have to avert your eyes as you feel just mental exhaustion come over you. You lose 10 psi. Not permanently, I'm saying you just spend 10 psi. As for George and Seesaw, give me a perception check, each of you.
9.
What the fuck is this?
Plus half your level.
Yep, plus half
5.
level. Yep. You all are able to look up and you see this radiance that is just almost projecting directly into your mind. You see the Emperor of Mankind standing next to Rogel Dorn and Malkador the Sigillite up at the top. With the single gesture, the Emperor of Mankind waves a hand and the entire stadium goes quiet. He speaks in a voice that doesn't even sound like a voice. It sounds almost like your voice within your own head, speaking in a way that you personally understand the exact meaning in kind of a brisk certitude of the exact ideas he's trying to get across. He states to you, "We have diverted our final campaign on Ulanor against the Orc Empire in order to attend a most grievous occasion. 2 of my sons here are accused of committing grave acts of either wanton negligence or wanton pride and foolhardiness, dabbling in things that they were warned against. Today, this council is to be decided among peers to decide the fates of," and he raises a hand as the 2 pedestals in the center of the chamber just slightly raise up. My sons, the Primarch of the Thousand Suns, Magnus the Red, and the Primarch of the Night Lords, Conrad Kurz. And there's a lot of kind of like whispering and talking amongst each of the sides. The Malkador the Sigillite steps forward and he says, "In order to maintain fairness, we are not going to be the final judge, nor are we going to be the prosecutors of this council. Your very brothers, the ones who accuse you, will be the ones who are prosecuting against you. In your defense, you will be able to name who you want to argue on your behalf." And he says, and Magnus the Red instantly chimes in and interrupts, and he says, "What kind of defense are we allowed to mount? Are there any kind of numbers or quantity or quality? What is the specifics of who will be defending us?" Malkador the Sigillite says, "As long as it is not egregious, you can choose your own counsel." And Magnus instantly pipes up again, and he says, "Well, I think I'll have to pick the best defense team here. I will pick myself as the head lawyer, and if I must pick anyone else, I will choose," and he points over at your party, and he says,
Oh, he's
the three of them, I believe they shall be fined legal assistance for anything else I may need," as Magnus the Red points at Mr. Jordy Jordan, Mr. Agrisan, and Mr. Corvinus.
Well, that's crazy.
Okay. And suddenly, Mr. Conrad Kurz also pipes up, and he says, "And in my defense, I choose no defense. Let the prosecutors say whatever they will. If I have any questions, I'll ask it myself. I require no assistance. Fate is what has judged me, and I have acted accordingly." Okay, so we are going to continue. So, the Emperor of Mankind rises up and he says, First we shall conduct the Council of Nicaea regarding the affairs of Magnus the Red. Will the ones who accuse Magnus please step forward?" and out from the crowd. Demon. Oh well, oh well. Imagine they're both standing upon the prosecutor's pillar, and Lehman pipes up. He says, "Father, we are the ones who accuse our brother of the heinous crimes of dabbling in sorcery. He proclaims knowledge of the warp and dabbling into things that he does not understand, nor does he comprehend their impacts upon our crusades, nor the Imperium as a whole. We are the ones who accuse him." The Emperor kind of nods and says, "Very well, it does not matter. Each one of your sides call a witness of some kind and let them give a testimony. The other may cross-examine after."
Can I interrupt them? I want to
Yeah,
say
sure.
something.
Sure, you can if you
I
want.
say the defense would like a written, what's it called? A written,
Statement.
fuck.
Transfer.
Where's
Yeah,
your
of
warrant? You can't arrest me without a warrant.
of the charges.
All right. Very quickly, the Emperor waves a hand, and from kind of the lower levels comes a scroll of paper, clearly taken from typists, and on the piece of paper it reads, "Accusations of dealing in forbidden arts, technologies, and otherwise deemed sorceries regarding the warps in which he was expressly forbidden from dealing with."
Oh, he was dealing in art. Yeah, guilty.
Okay. All right. And he says, "Prosecution, you may call the first witness, since I don't believe." And he looks over at Magnus, and Magnus shakes his head in kind of an affirmation. "Lehman, Mortarian, my sons, you may call your first witness." Mortarian says, "Very..." Oh yeah, I gotta do Mortarian's voice. Oh, this is gonna kill my throat. Hold on. Says, "Very well. The prosecution calls oath that weird make of the Space Wolves to testify." And from the back comes a rune priest of the Space Wolves, author weird make, and he takes the stand. Okay. I think right before we begin the thing, I think it would be our usual time where we would usually end. We've been going for... Yeah. Do you want to just stop here right before we begin so you can think of your defenses and everything like that, or would you like to continue a little bit more?
We can end here, I think.
Okay. Sure, you can end right before Mr. Author Weird makes his
I need to
testimony.
properly prepare.
I'd
Sure.
like to say that I started up a document to record stuff
Sure,
for the
very well.
defense.
Okay. Okay. And to everyone at home, let me just check our donations and things. No. Anything on Kick? Okay. All right. Thank you all so much for watching our 100th episode of Warhammer Tabletop RPG. We're so glad you could join us. Let me ask, since you're all here, do you think you all can make it next week?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Okay. Okay, thank you all so much at home for watching. Hopefully you can join us all next week. Reminder, if you want to donate to any of our players, just say so in your donations. I'll make sure they get it. We currently have the goals of, if any of our players reach $200 in donations, I will commission them a VTuber model. And you'll be able to see their live reactions down here at the very bottom of the screen. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. We hope you all can join us next week. Goodbye.